So movie number one is George Miller's The Witches of Eastwick. Obviously George Miller, more known for the Mad Max films, obviously. So it was a little bit of a stretch coming from him. This is actually my favourite movie. Like, there's no other movie that's better. Obviously Jack Nicholson playing the devil. I mean, is there anyone better? Pacino did it and did it good in The Devil's Advocate, but I think it's Jack Nicholson as the devil. Basically, you got three friends, Cher, Susan Sarandon and Michelle Pfeiffer, that get together once a week, play cards, cook and do other things. And on this particular night, they end up conjuring up Jack Nicholson, who appears in the town, buys up this house and starts one at a time by seducing each one of them. He believes that women are ripe and ready for any relationship after death, desertion and divorce, the 3 Ds. And funny enough, each one of the ladies share. Her husband died, Susan Sarandon was abandoned, and obviously Michelle Pfeiffer has one too many kids and the husband divorced her. It's absolutely fantastic. Actually has a fantastic score as well by John Williams. And in my personal opinion, it's John Williams' best score by far. It's also my favourite artwork for a poster, which is very, very simple, but I don't know, really, really like it. But the film is great fun. The dialogue is amazing. It's funny. It's got a great ending. The whole scene with Jack Nicholson in the church going on about women wasn't a mistake by God. It's just fantastic. Great movie, great fun. Coincidentally filmed in Cohasset in the US, just outside of Boston. Same place where House Sitter was filmed with Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase, I believe. Steve Martin, yeah. So yeah, The Witches of Eastwick. Definitely give this a watch. It's absolutely fantastic. So here we are, film 2, The Young Americans. This is such a great film. I think this came out 92, I think it was, 91, 92. Same year as Jurassic Park, hence the reason why it didn't do anything. Because everyone was going in watching dinosaurs instead of watching Harvey Keitel. So essentially, set in London, it's got a very young Viggo Mortensen, possibly one of his first film roles. He's a drug dealer coming from America. He's using youths to sell drugs and to do other bits and pieces. When they outserve the thing, he kills them off. They're killing off gangsters and that kind of thing. So the British police have no idea how to handle it. In steps Harvey Keitel. Harvey's been chasing Viggo Mortensen around America. This has Keith Allen in it as well, who's the owner of the club. And Thandie Newton is the young girlfriend in it as well. But directed by Danny Cannon, who obviously then went on to do, I think, CSI in that in America. Fantastic movie, again, really, really moody, really dark. Gives that real sort of grungy feel to it, and it's got a fantastic soundtrack. Can't remember the title of the song, but the track is by Bjork, and it's absolutely fantastic soundtrack. Great movie. Yeah, can't recommend this one enough. Viggo Mortensen's real slimy bugger in the film. Keitel, this was literally at the height of Harvey Keitel. Like, you go to cinema, Reservoir Dogs, yeah, Bad Lieutenant, and so forth and so forth. He was in everything. But a really underrated British movie, definitely Young Americans. Film 3 is another British movie, Shopping. Again, another British movie from the early 1990s. Very young Jude Law. I believe this might have been his first film role. Sadie Frost plays his girlfriend in it. Jude Law's just come out of Borstal, or possibly young sort of prison, maybe. But he's a ram raider. Just loves stealing cars, driving fast, listening to great music, driving them into shops, grabbing items of clothing or electronics or whatever they're looking for. In this, you got Sean Pertwee. Is running a gang, and it's more organised ram raiding, and he keeps getting in the way. Sean Bean has a small appearance in it as well. And you've got Jonathan Pryce as the cop that's trying to sort of convince him to go on the straight and narrow, but he's not having any of it. Coincidentally, this is another one where I'm not a big fan of the music, like dance music, that kind of thing. I'm not a big fan of. However, it really, like Young Americans, the music fits the film brilliantly. And it's fast, doesn't outstay its welcome. It's about 90 minutes long, straight in, straight out, brilliant acting. No wonder Jude Law went on to great things after this. The one thing, it's Paul W.S. Anderson directed, so then went on to do the Resident Evil films and that kind of thing in America. Interestingly, Lakeside in London, just outside of London, was one of the biggest shopping centres, I think it was. This was filmed there just before it opened. So a lot of the ram raiding and that was done at Thurrock Retail Park. But it is a great, great film. It really is. And it's so underrated. No, the amount of people that have no idea this film exists. So honestly, cannot recommend it enough. So our fourth film. And I believe the first time anyone's picked a VHS tape on 5 films. But we're going with Beyond Bedlam. This is just, oh my God. 88 films, Arrow movies, who's ever watching this, please, we want an edition of this movie. I know it's going to sound crazy, it has Craig Fairbrass in it. It has Elizabeth Hurley, but they're fantastic in it. And you have Keith Allen as the psychopath. So essentially, Craig Fairbrass as a cop, he lost his wife thanks to Keith Allen. I believe he shot her, if I remember right. It's been a while since I've watched the film. He's now locked away, and Elizabeth Hurley's the doctor, doing experiments on him, kind of like these drugs and that, trying to make him normal and not so much of a psychopath. She's also taking the drugs, and it kind of, it's how to describe this movie. Okay, this is, so a little bit of Nightmare on Elm Street, because he almost comes after him in his dreams. He starts getting them, it's very bizarre. With a bit of a, you know, a good sort of cop movie, kind of Silence of the Lambs, maybe a little bit of, it's just bizarre. It really is. It's just fantastic. Interestingly, Craig Fairbrass, I believe he ended up in EastEnders, but he was married in this. Was Anita Dobson played his wife in it, who turns up in it, shot with a bullet hole in her, asking if he wants tea and that. It is just this madness of a movie. And the DVD is almost impossible to find. So I managed to find Dave a copy of Beyond Bedlam on VHS. And yeah, if you've got a VHS player, it's sitting here, come and rent it. I want more people to see this movie because I want to know what people think of it. It's crazy, it really is. I love it. I love it to bits, the insanity of this film. So Beyond Bedlam. So film 5 is quite possibly one of the most bizarrest movies I have ever seen. And bearing in mind, we picked Beyond Bedlam as film 4, but film 5 has to be the film that has the best title I've ever heard. And that is Thundercrack. Okay. This is a masterpiece. It is brilliant. It's 160 minutes long. It's an incredibly long movie. And it feels like you sat there for 5 minutes. One of the best things about this is the cinematography. It's all shot in black and white and it's incredibly beautiful. It's a really, but the film is insanity. So there's an old lady living in this house who's a bit eccentric. She kind of reminds me of the character in Sunset Boulevard, where she thinks the whole world revolves around her. She's very much like that, except for this one, well, she's in a bit to it. She likes her porn, obviously. And this is essentially, this is close to being hardcore porn. There's no other way to describe it. There's people that are traveling. It's a stormy night, as it always is. There's a lonely house, as there always is. There's escaped animals on the loose, including a killer gorilla, who one of the people that ends up in the house was actually in love with the killer gorilla. Just throwing that out there. But they sort of all end up in this house. They all start sleeping with each other. And honestly, it's fantastic. I can't, you know, and the Blu-ray, it's got so many great extras on it, documentaries, great insight into this movie. I discovered this film To be fair, I should have discovered this in the 80s, but I actually ended up discovering this film thanks to the Scala documentary about the London cinema. And it was kind of like the Prince Charles movie theatre show, A Sound of Music, you know. But the Scala's choice each week was Thundercrack, and they actually wore the film out. If you're into, if you want a really interesting movie for the night, and actually you can watch this in 2 parts because there's an interval in the middle. So you can actually split this up into 2 nights, which is what me and my wife did. My wife even loved this film. She thought this was a work of genius. It's just fantastic. Everyone in it just looks like they're enjoying themselves and having fun. I can't remember the actress who's the woman who owns the house, but she's absolutely fantastic in it as well. But like I say, be prepared because there are very graphic scenes in the movie, including where the man sleeps with the gorilla. So Thundercrack, honestly, out of everything I've recommended, which are all, you know, in my opinion, great movies, this is probably, without a shadow of a doubt, the most fun you'll have renting from Snips.